Oh, I'm an idiot. It
What?
says Never Summer. It's Never Summer is a snowboard brand. Um, it says it right on top. I didn't notice that before. It must be it's if I read the whole thing. A Breck Brew and Never Summer collab.
So it is outdoor beer.
There you go. Didn't even notice that connection. I just grabbed the one that I thought I'd like to drink.
Cheers, mix, click, and code with Boozy browsing, sipping and fixing the web one cocktail at a time.
Starting
Nice.
right off.
Go for it.
Um, I got a tiny bottle of Coppola.
Mm.
It's actually they have very Francis Coppola one. They have a bunch of different ones, but it's Diamond Collection, Black Label. So yeah, this is actually I actually like getting the little ones now, but they're
Well,
more expensive than the typical bigger ones that
sure.
I buy, but I wanted to try just in case if I don't like it, I'm not stuck with the
The
giant
whole
bottle.
right.
So yes, so Francis Coppola Black Diamond Collection Black Label is what it is. Cabernet.
Very cool.
Yeah. So it's a twist off.
Click, click.
Click, click, click.
I'm going with it's a lager. It's Breckenridge Brewing. I ended up getting smart
Mhm.
and went with it's a 15 pack cans, but it's an assortment.
Oh, okay.
So,
There's gonna
so
be
yeah,
variety.
so
You
there's
guys
a variety within it. It's still like 3 cans of each or something. I think I get 5 or something like that. But this is the Fun Slinger lager, which I picked. I don't know what the crest is kind of like. Oh, I'm going the wrong direction.
I need to work with you on flipping that
Yeah.
because I
Um.
realized mine's actually flipped correctly, so it's gonna show correctly.
Oh,
Whereas,
mine's totally back. So
yeah,
why is it? Well, whatever. Look at like I was looking at the cans. Like, what is going on here? It's actually
it
it's
looks like a
aliens. Like,
skateboard deck.
maybe it is, or even a snowboard. I didn't notice that.
Oh,
I can't go the right direction.
I don't know.
Like a cityscape with aliens blowing it up. I mean, I can see it. It's just not legible. I think it's just an artist rendering of something. We'll see what this tastes like. I'm sure it will taste like a beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh,
Tastes like a lager. That's some summary.
I'm glad I didn't buy the
Oh, I'm an idiot. It
what?
says Never Summer. It's Never Summer is a snowboard brand. It says it right on top. I didn't notice that before. It must be it's if I read the whole thing. A Breck Brew and Never Summer collab.
So it is outdoor beer.
There you go. Didn't even notice that connection. I just grabbed the one that I thought I'd like to drink.
Yeah, I don't like this. I'm
Oh, at
glad I
least you
didn't
only
get
have a
the
small bottle.
yeah, I got the small bottle because well, some people will like it, but it's very what's the opposite of dry?
Well, sweet, maybe?
Yeah, it has that. Yeah, I don't like that. So,
Mm.
but I can do one glass. Before we get to anything, I was trying to create a new intro videos
Uh-oh.
because with our 3D version of our characters, because I think Manus or they came up with a new video um tool that they have, so I wanted to test that out.
Yeah.
I'll let you decide. It collaged 3 different clips, but let's see. Let me share this. It's gonna be fun editing it.
Oh, not like an animation. It's the actual intro.
No, it's
Or
an animation. I need to figure out how to put
oh, it is an animation
actual intro to
of
it.
actual us moving around and stuff? This
It's
will be
not us, it's our animated character moving around.
okay. This will be fun.
Alright. Let me know if you hear the sound.
Cool. Yeah. It's funny. I don't know about an intro clip, but it's funny. It's not a good intro clip though.
No, 'cause I pretty much directed it to make an intro clip and make it funny.
I mean, it is funny. It's just
Oh, something about like, because you know how we are always kind of yelling at the AI agents now? So now the AI agent is taunting us.
laughing at us. That's funny.
That was the preface of it, but
I
it's
get that
supposed to
now.
be 10 seconds. I think it was about 10 seconds.
Okay, I get that now. Maybe we'll let the audience vote on that.
Yeah, and I'll collage it in a different way so it'll actually fit to our intro.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so today's topic, well, something that we wanted to talk about is what is service as software?
Yeah, it's like a reverse of something that everyone used to talk about.
Yeah, and then the
Or as a service.
side subheading was how we used it to replace six-figure stacks. But this will be more broader topic because that actual specific title is for a blog post that we recently posted. Well, by the time this goes out, it might be a little stale, but something that we
Sure.
wanted to share. But we do wanted to talk about a little more broader with the stats on why this is relevant and what's going on with the industry and and more perspectives on this.
Yeah, just a little bit background around this too, going off notes a little bit to talk through kind of why we've got to this point. Obviously, we had some people reach out to us. We did some reviews and stuff, but just in general, over the past 6-8 months, a lot of people have talked about now that AI is here and can build everything, SaaS is dying, and like we're not talking about that necessarily because that's like the idea of people just vibe coding stuff and then using it, which is an element to this. This is also replacing that because we want to do professional software development, in-house, local, custom for individual businesses, and that's what we've been doing.
Mhm.
Um, because what we see is, there's a creep in, oh, I buy this product, and then this enterprise product, and then this enterprise product, and then none of them talk to each other, right? And now I'm logging into 17 different applications to do my normal day-to-day job. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the preface of it. And we can actually get into a little more numbers on it. But
Right.
all these different subscriptions that you get, because you need one thing from that subscription. So you ended up with like 10, 20 different subscriptions, but you use it individually. So it's time consuming to get to everything. They don't necessarily talk to each other. So there's also some manual process to figure out how to consolidate all these things you're doing one off.
Yeah.
And at the same time, sometimes there's so many of it, you even forget what you actually subscribe to because you need it at that time, so you used it, but you don't consistently
Yeah.
use it anymore. So there's a lot of different reasons, but you ended up with all this subscription with giant bills because they add up. Even though individual subscription might be that expensive, but they add up. And if you really look at the monthly and then yearly cost of all these things together, it's huge, but you're not getting the full benefit out of it because it's all scattered and they're not designed to be working together by default. So
Yeah.
sometimes you need help to get this all putting together to make sense for you, but you don't even know that exists. So that's the reality of it. And then we're starting to see it a lot in different clients and different, even other agencies. And if we see this a lot and seeing that as a pattern and trying to help to alleviate some of the pain points that we can't even identify that you might not even know.
I was thinking about this, about like what could we audit like on Boozy? That would be cool. And it'd be hard to do back office tools, obviously. 'Cause you need access and things like that. But I wonder if a public facing version of this would be, you go to a Shopify site or a WooCommerce site and you see all the plugins or, you know, various things that are attached to it. You can pretty quickly kind of audit what they're using and get an idea of how you combine those things or eliminate them.
Mhm.
Because it could be, it's not just subscriptions like that for business uses. It's all these paid premium things as well that you add to your site and bloat for performance, because then you're talking about fixing your performance, not just subscription costs, but same idea. Could be kind of a correlation there to
Yeah.
review.
I mean, for those, they might not understand like what subscription are you talking about. We can give some example. So like, yeah, so
Um,
let's say you subscribe to for the marketing portion of it. What can be some examples of subscription that can add up? Well, one, HubSpot,
yeah, CRM.
right?
I mean, it would be hard to, and that's the thing with these big ones like HubSpot or Salesforce, let's say, right? Like people think, oh, I'll vibe code a HubSpot or vibe code a Salesforce. Like, give me a break. Um, but you could vibe code or develop custom
Mhm.
what you're actually using in those tools. I think that's what we're talking about.
Mhm.
Like build out just the functionality you want, the way you want it, integrating with the tools that you're trying to integrate with directly.
Mhm.
Um, and eliminate all the other stuff. Like you don't need X, Y, and Z sometimes.
Right.
Or you like a feature from, maybe it's the way some other system sends email or the way they have their tools to generate a newsletter.
Mhm.
And you don't like HubSpots for some reason,
Right. So it's an
or you want to use
example of a
more sales.
hypothetical company adding all this together. So like they have HubSpot for CRM, but they didn't like their newsletter. So they decided to go with Beehive, for example, for the
Yep.
newsletters. That's another subscription. And they want some what can be other things that they will need to add
Well, then
on.
you'll need some kind of analytics or A/B testing
Mhm.
to put on the site
So they
to then, because you're going to have an A/B test for the newsletter.
Mhm.
That's why you're using Beehive, maybe, and then you want to A/B test on the site. So you'd have some software to doing that. Maybe it's embedded in your site,
Yeah.
like you are using HubSpot marketing or something else.
What was the common one that we tested out too? That they do the tracking testing for
The heat maps,
heat
right?
maps. Yeah. What was the name of that thing? I just we
I'm
just
blanking
stopped working.
now as well. Hot. Why am I
Hotjar.
blank? Hotjar.
Hotjar. Yeah, and then there's also some of the things that you also embed. That was like one of the plugins that I have to take out from clients because they used it for one time and just like left it there. And like this, and then
Yeah. There's plugins and things that'll do like pop-ups
oh
for
right.
sales,
Mhm.
right? Or alerts. Like there's things that do just that,
Mhm.
and they'll have it enabled for that, which is a pretty easy way of customizing even Shopify
Yeah. And let's
to
say
do that.
they decided to put some chatbots. So like they have some
Hmm.
chatbot subscription service and they decided to do some like different export way. So they added additional subscription or add-ons to existing
Yeah.
subscription. So like,
Yeah.
it's like that's already 5, and that's only one portion of marketing.
Yeah.
Like
You're just getting started. Like that's in the first, let's say you just started a site and you're 2 months in, you've already added that much.
right,
2 years, you're probably at 10 to 15 of these types of things times. For small companies, that's going to be $20 a month each. For larger companies, it's $2,000 a month
right.
each.
And then each and per seat for
Hmm.
how many people you have in your team. And since these are now that you said hypothetically,
Yeah.
you have like 20 different ones you have, probably have more, but you wanted some way to kind of like make sense. So you'll add on like Zapier's or make.com to
All
make
right.
a little bit of workflow between them. And those also add up because now that's more I don't I don't think they're token, but you're also paying per how much access are using.
Or, or you're paying for the custom plugin or extension to integrate with
Mhm.
Make or Zapier or N8N or something, right? Like,
Right.
because for some reason, there's no open source version or free version that will connect to those that you then, so then now you're not just paying for the connector service, you're paying for the connector to the connector.
Yeah. And now you have all
Very
these,
quickly.
but you also have to maintain it, but they're supposed to be non-technical people friendly.
Yeah.
Meaning, and also that means that you have to maintain it. So something
Yep.
breaks. because it does have, like, we tested Zapier at make.com and NAA and multiple times, but there are times that it breaks because of some connection was having issues. We know how to
Yep.
troubleshoot it, but like, yeah,
Which connection failed?
right. And then like
Did you just
sometimes like
forget
it's
to
just like
pay?
alien language. I'm like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah. Did you forget to pay for overages? Like, are you getting overages and you just set up for the default?
Right. And you might have put some limit on it and you didn't realize it. And it actually stuck at limit and you didn't lift it. So it just stopped working. So yeah, those can happen, especially like you don't have all this subscription. And that's even like, we're actually being very conservative about 20, but that's only getting started to maybe like you're just starting to maintain it. Why don't we just go into like the hidden cost and actual issues? So like segment be the hidden cost then and some of the pain points and that you might not even realize for this is so integration tax, obviously. Like I pretty much prefaced it. You you're using all these different tools and you're trying to add a connector to it. But
Yeah.
if you don't know, like you're trying to connect 44 different apps, but you don't really know what you're doing. Like you don't know in which workflow it stopped and how to troubleshoot it. That's like time consuming and very um, frustrating job to deal with, especially you're not technical and you really think that like when you're reading it, it's like a different language. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Hey, API failed. Hey, you maxed out at like whatever code, and it's just give you like some random code. Like, regardless of how well they put the error messages, that may not make sense for everyone.
Yeah.
They're not really good at it.
Yeah. And now make it, make this conversation current where you've used your vibe coding tool to set this all up and it's debugging it and it says, should I try this? And you say, yes, go for it. Yes, go for it. 4 or 5 times, like, what did it just do?
Yeah.
And how much access did I give it in order to do all those things?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of where we are today, where that's how you end up, like, even before AI coding or AI vibe coding was around, you would piece together all these things in configuration and then it would run and then no one ever tests it long term. And you wonder why, sales drop off randomly and then come back randomly.
Yeah. And let's say you got this integration perfectly set, but it's very, very complex by that point. Now there's a training tax because you hire a new person. Now that person has to understand how this whole thing works. And if one of them thing happens, that person needs to figure out what's going on here.
And that training documentation, even if you were really good and you took screenshots or videos, those are SaaS products. Their UI is constantly changing and they update their documentation, but they're not updating your documentation of the uses of the product.
Okay. So,
nope.
Yeah. And then also it's very time consuming to constantly updating yours based on what changed on every single product. Like, so we started with 44, all those 44s, how are you going to track all those and then update it accordingly? So that's a training tax and lock-in tax. A lot of times they lock you in for a certain period of time, especially when you want to get better discounts. Like there are month to month, but typically you get discounts when you lock in for.
I want those 2 months free.
Right.
I'm going to lock in that year.
Yeah. So you're paying for this. And then like I initially said that you ended up starting to test out a bunch of things and you ended up paying for all these things. And later on, you don't realize that you're not using certain things anymore, but you're still paying for it because you have a lock-in.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes those lock-ins do auto renew and you forgot what the renewal date was and it just gets processed anyway. That does happen a lot. And nice companies or actually not nice companies that are doing business right will refund you, but a lot of times, like some companies won't even refund you for, oh, you're locked in. We already had a no refund issue, so we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
That will be the reality. Shadow tool tax. I think this is what I was talking about, that you're not using this anymore. And also, if you have a bigger company with so many employees,
Right.
Not everyone will need it, but you still need to buy the seat or if they try to use at least once or twice. So these are overhead, but you still have to
Well,
pay for
sometimes it's especially when this is a use case when they get merged, right? So most of these
it.
companies get merged.
Right.
Atlassian buys them all, or Adobe buys them all. I mean, so so you don't even realize when those things happen, right? But you're using this, like, let's say 80% of your company uses the main license,
Yeah.
and now 10% were using this other thing that was then bought. It's happened a number of times where that ends up being now 80% pay for this other feature,
Mhm.
right? That only 10% were using, and that's automatic, and you can't get out of it because you need to pay the seat license for.
Right.
They've decided you're going to use it for everything,
Mhm.
and then you just helped them show that their purchase of this other product was really valuable because it just increased from 10%, 10 to 8
Yeah.
times.
And also, this also includes so now you have, well, for the companies that have about 100 people, each department purchase different things
Yeah.
that they didn't actually, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
they're globally not tracking. So you have all these one-off ones, and but per department, but you're still have to
Yeah.
pay for it as a company.
I mean, in this case, like, we're not that much better. Like, we're a 2-owner company, and we
Yeah.
still individually try out things that, the other person is also trying out.
Mhm.
Um, it's short-lived, but still, like,
Right.
you magnify that times 10x or 1,000x at an enterprise company, and you can only imagine how many department heads have approved, using this software or that software, SaaS software especially, to try
Mhm.
things, and then just left it around, even though they're being used in 5 different ways in the company.
Yeah. And opportunity tax, this is actually something I do a lot too. This is something that nobody even talk about or even realize that it's every time your team spends wrestling with the discounted tools, discount code, how to get more discounts, reformatting exports, fixing broken zaps or whatever with Zapiers, I guess,
Mhm.
re-entering data, all this manual time that you're spending to troubleshoot anything that we just mentioned before to how can we save little money spending time, all these times really add up because it's a working hours that they're
Right.
spending to either evaluate or either trying to fix whatever things that aren't working. But that's a real cost. Like it really adds up. And I do this a lot and I have to stop at one point and I was like, all right, is this worth it fighting
Right.
for $20 of discount that I'm doing
Yeah.
trying to get?
Well, a lot of times it's on to stay on a certain plan level, right?
Right.
Like, you wanna, like, "Oh, it doesn't offer this," so I spend the extra time to manually do the things.
Mhm.
Maybe it's copying instead of being at the API level, right? Where I have to manually copy things.
Mm.
Well, that's because they know, that's their business model, and it's not bad. It's like to get you to the point where you are, then you're gonna pay 10x,
Right.
to get that the 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 business version or the enterprise version versus the individual user or team version.
Yeah.
That's pretty common. Um,
And yeah, so it's like it's literally like we just what do we mention? Like so it was like one, two, three, four, five. There's five different things that is really causing call it a tax because it's like it's a frustration, it's a
mhm.
actual cost that you're paying that sometimes you don't even realize. So it's you're not just paying for 44 tools, you're paying for 44 tools plus duct taping it and all these issues you're trying to troubleshoot and all these weird things that you're not aware of. So it's more than just paying for how many ever subscription you're paying for.
Yeah, it's pretty bad when you really evaluate it and the price of the duct tape costs more than the individual things that you're putting together. Because it's a cost that no one's swiping a credit card for time, right?
Mhm.
But if you truly evaluate how much time people are spending putting these things together, um, that's way more expensive than the $30 per person plan or any dollar per person plan because they're spending hours a week or hours a day sometimes, depending on how much. They do.
Right. Yeah. So obviously the issue's obvious. Like by this point, if you didn't realize it, so how can we fix it? How do we help people fix it? Or companies fix it?